You mind if I show you something really quick?
Is this one of your TikToks?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get these on.
Come on.
Shh.
Are these like paper? Is these like paper jeans?
Just watch.
Let's start over.
I wanted to get your thoughts on two things. One, starching your denim,
Okay.
ironing things. Any thoughts? And two, do you have any thoughts on starting an ASMR channel?
No on the two. Do you want my thoughts now, or should we watch this whole thing first and then go into it?
Let's let it roll for a little bit.
I thought a deer was going to come through the back of it. This is crazy. Well, how was one of your thoughts? Why don't you ask me about his hair? This guy's hair is incredible.
In 30 seconds or less, what are your thoughts on starching your denim?
Definitely don't starch your denim. I can understand maybe ironing your jeans because that was a very old school cowboy thing to do. That's where you saw the creases down the middle of jeans. Glenn Powell actually brought them back a little bit during his press tour for Twisters. He wore retro Levi's that had the iron down. A very cowboy, very, very, very Texas cowboy. Don't do that. Don't. Feel free to iron. I'm sorry, but don't starch. I will say, whenever you go and dry clean stuff, always say don't starch. Starch makes it really stiff. It's basically a cheat code for these dry cleaners to iron them. So they spray, stiffens your garment, and then they go in and iron them. So don't do that.
Folks, stay away from the starches. Let's get into the show.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Manly Things,
Sort of.
podcast where we're talking men's fashion, and we have the Grammys episode.
As well as
Fashion Week. What?
Yeah, Fashion Week. And I have to
NFL.
apologize to a few people.
The
but
National Apology Tour of
we'll get there when we
Sally.
get there.
My name is Evan Simonich, celebrity menswear stylist. Sally John to my left.
Hey, what's up? My name is Sally John, and I just started competitive gas pumping. I'm trying to get it a part of the Olympics next year.
So that's part of like a full service. So whenever you pull in for self-service or full service, you're at the full service section.
Right. Make it a sport. We're in LA. It's a driving city. We have folks like doing it
100%.
professionally. Let's get it on, dude.
Like a pit crew.
It's tough. I'm getting like cramps in my hands
tunnel
as
a
well
little
as it's kind of slippery and stinky. But
Well, it's your
I
first
like
time actually like manual labor, first time working hard.
Yeah.
So
right.
welcome to Calluses. Speaking for a guy who works in fashion. Hey, your edible arrangement. Did you watch SNL with Timothée Chalamet?
No.
There was a new it was an edible arrangement skit that they did. It was phenomenal.
Those
I thought of you too. I was like, no
motherfuckers.
way that week they did it. Yeah. Okay, so today, like I said, we have the Grammys episode. We're going to talk about some of the Grammys looks. Before we get into that,
Yeah, speaking of looks,
Fit check. What do you want to talk about first here?
Sure.
Your lucky Eagles.
I'll get there. I'm wearing my square-toed Guidi back zips. Then I have these pants from Dr. Collectors, which I think I've worn for about 13 days straight. And then this is an Eagles jersey that I got from the NFL website, and I paid $250. And folks, not happy with the quality. I think, honestly, I paid for the timing and the name, but like
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, shout out. He did that backwards.
Dude.
John.
The play of the year. Play of the year.
I wish
honestly.
I should have got a shirt with that on. Anyway,
They probably do. Etsy probably has a shirt like that.
what is this called? Iron on?
Yeah, an iron-on or like a stick-on number situation. It's a different fabric than the jersey, so it just looks uncomfortable.
So if I'm paying $250 for it, like, come on, fucking embroider it, dude. Are you joking?
Looks good. I gave you a hard time for getting the jersey throughout this whole process, but you should be proud of your city.
Thank you.
Hence why I'm wearing a Lakers starters jacket.
I don't know if you should be proud of your city. Some weird shit is going on.
No, so proud. Luka Doncic is coming to the Lakers. He's here. It's sad to see Anthony Davis go help us win a NBA Finals.
I want
But
to take a second.
yeah, please.
Let's get Sam on the mic because we have two big sports people here.
Sam,
Let's
thoughts?
talk about this trade really
Thoughts
quick.
on the trade?
On the trade?
On the trade.
No words, really.
Before we talk about the trade, your Buffalo Bills.
I'm a
Yeah.
Bills fan.
Yeah.
I also have no words about
Dude,
that. And I
R.I.P.,
really, honestly, let's
R.I.P.,
just
dude.
move on from that
Yeah,
because you already got
I
me
have
with
tissues. I have tissues over on the side. That's
You
fair.
dominate me in every single category. You've had the Dodgers thing hanging up for like an entire year
We're
now.
rubbing it in. We're rubbing it in. No, very proud to be a Lakers fan. I got my Levi's, Tacovas, nothing special. I did sell my large Cartier Santos and got the XL, so I did upgrade a little bit on that. It's a little on the bigger side. I was jealous of your Cartier watch, so I was like, I'm gonna step my game up a little bit. So this is actually because of you.
Oh my God.
Before we get into your whole Fashion Week situation, there was a new trailer that dropped during the NFL playoffs, which was fun to see. I was initially watching and I was like, oh, here we go. The Superman trailer again. It's going to get rammed down our throats over the next couple of months. And it was a different one.
Yeah.
Which, why are you saying it like that?
You're not on the internet, so I guess I should
No.
break some news to you. I got in a little bit of trouble
Oh,
for
no.
doing a little gag post on my Instagram. I still think the suit looks like shit. There's
So people attacked you for this shit.
right, because I wasn't attacked for it. I was looked down upon by people who know me because that post, it gained like 120,000 views.
Okay.
It got like 5,000 likes and a shit ton of comments that all said, dude, I know this movie is going to suck, dude. Like Henry Cavill is my one and only Superman. And how dare it not be Zack Snyder directing it? James Gunn is going to shut the fuck up. Let's roll my apology because this is how I really feel. Of course, I don't really fucking think that. Now, if you were a real and true David Corenswet fan, you would realize that the two of us go way, way back. We've been shitting on each other since, I don't know, almost the day we were born. But since I'm the one that's getting shit on for posting that yesterday, let me appease the people and do the right thing. Oh my God, he's so hot. If people were actually a fan of this guy and not just like, like you called me a bandwagoner, they would realize that I'm a jokester.
You're a jokester.
I like to pick on people.
Especially when it comes to him and the success and everything that he's had. I get that. I understand. So you do you issue another apology? Or are we good? You're done.
We are completely
Okay,
fine
good.
because I took down both of the posts and,
God, he's done.
and you cannot
You
find
hid?
them anywhere
Okay,
now.
good. Okay, good. Maybe I'll start an Instagram. I'll post these on my Instagram. Start it up again. No, but so the Fashion Weeks happened all over Paris, Milan, London, all that kind of stuff. What did you pick up on? What did you notice? Talk about it for a little bit.
This fashion week, I think because of like the goings on of the last 2 or 3 years, there was a huge wide spectrum of different types of execution of a very similar message.
Mm-hmm.
And a few that stuck out to me in particular were the Tom Brown, of course. I always love the Tom Brown show, which, by the way, shout out Doechii for dressing all of her dancers in Tom Brown. Holy moly, dude. And I also really liked Willie Chavarria.
Okay.
Oh my God. Do you know anything about him?
No.
Do your research.
Okay.
Oh, such a cool new design. Not really new, but a New York designer.
I got you.
Very cool. Does like a cool, interesting take on corporate America in a way. However, what I paid attention to more this year, which I didn't really in the past, was the streetwear.
Okay.
And I think that's what you tend to look into.
When the Fashion Weeks happen, for me to look at the shows, it doesn't make any sense because if I'm pulling stuff or requesting stuff, it's for the season that's currently like available, right? So there's no point in me like looking at it. It depends on the brand, but I'll sometimes take a gander. But I'm more so looking at the streetwear people and what they're wearing to these shows because that's essentially who they are. I think that when you see these guys on the red carpet or editorials, they're just putting on clothing that they're more so given, if that makes any sense, or like they're kind of told and kind of pushed to look a certain way. I think all these people that are going to these shows have been given some of these clothing. However, a lot of them, this is their personal style. So the way that they're dressed for this is probably how they dress on a daily basis.
And
at least that's what I think.
Speaking of which, I grabbed 4 of my favorite looks from
I like these.
Paris Fashion Week streetwear.
Do you know any of these people? But that's what's crazy is like all these people that go to these shows are like influencers or brand ambassadors, model. Like I genuinely don't even know a lot of these people or editors for magazines, but they definitely show out, man. They full on bring it.
I don't know who any of them are. However, they all have something in common, and I'm curious to know your thoughts. They invite these people and they photograph these people and they send the clothes in order to kind of test the waters and try to get a forecast on what people are interested in. And what's interesting to me is we got a few different eras in the last 5 years. We like time traveled with different designers taking on different decades. This one in particular, which I think has been untouched for a while, is like very 90s influenced, silhouette wise as well as style wise. First, I like the guy with the green and red. That silhouette is just very like 90s dad, but it's a really interesting elevated look. The guy wearing the sequin skirt and the oversized shirt, yum, reminds me of an LL Cool J, like a futuristic LL Cool J.
Yeah.
This, I think, would probably be your favorite look.
I like
the
it.
all black with the leather and the denim. I also really like that, and I think that that's where a lot of like casual menswear is going to go in the next year. And then I think my favorite look is this guy in the blue. What do I want to call that? Like
it's I wouldn't say like a bomber jacket, but it's just like an oversized coat, really.
I think that these four images are a great representation on what we're going to expect in the next like year or two. These are very forward thinking, even though they're very familiar, because we're never going to get anything new and outstanding for like streetwear.
True.
I think that these are really great representations and influences on how to dress if you want to sort of like blend in and try some new things.
Yeah, I like this. I like where you're at because these are essentially four very different looks. The first one, I just love the color blocking. The thought to go with that color brown with the red trouser, I think is great because you'd think they would stand out a lot, but it actually blends and goes together really well. I don't have much to say about the dude with the pink hair. Although just in terms of what I've seen, I feel like the dad sneaker might be on the way out. I don't know. I could be wrong with it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think it is going to trend more on the dressier side.
Did you hear? First of all, shout out Tony Revolori for bringing New Balance to the show. But did you hear about the New Balance loafer?
They're bringing a whole bunch of stuff like the penny loafers. They showed out like different colors for it. Yeah, they're putting them out.
I'm kind of stoked.
I sent it to him and he's like, "Man, they've taken this way too far." He's like, "I hate these things now." But you're right. I loved the black look. I think that's a timeless look. He can go to any show across the year, and that's going to be a good look. You know what I'm saying? And the other one I think is fine. I mean, if anything, I go to the Kangol hat that he's wearing and think about the Jalen Hurts suit that when he showed up to the NFC Championship game.
Yes,
beautiful perfection of a look. But yeah, great. I appreciate you showing this to me because I have a hard time paying attention really to all the fashion weeks and stuff going on because it's 3 weeks of everyday shows going on. So I appreciate you showing. If anything, it looks cloudy where these guys are all at. Suckers, man.
Folks, if you have any interest in checking out fashion shows, check out FF Channel on YouTube. They post all fashion shows that happen on each fashion week. Shout out FF Channel. I love
like
you.
Yeah, good thing for saying that. Now we're going to talk about the Grammys.
The Grammys. What an amazing show.
Yeah, this is your show. Like you used to be being a part of the music industry.
Yep, used to be. I retired kind of.
Yeah,
hopefully I'll get back soon.
No, I love the Grammys, especially all the performances. They do a great job of putting people together that usually wouldn't be together. I loved how this year they did the new artists, where they just rolled out everyone who was nominated and they all performed. I thought that was a great idea.
Do you have a favorite
performance? I'd have to say Sabrina Carpenter. Just because I loved the fact that she didn't take herself too seriously. There was a joking aspect to it. Her acting was pretty good. I love the old Hollywood vibe for it. But yeah, I'd have to go. Do you have one?
Vocally, it goes to Chappell Roan. However, performance-wise, the whole thing, Doechii. I mean,
so good.
Oh my
so
God.
Good. And honestly, it forced me to go and listen to her album a little bit more. And just the production aspect of that whole album, I thought was so good. And to get into the looks, we obviously could talk about so many of them because the Grammys are kind of tough for me to break down a red carpet just because it's just so different from like the Hollywood aspect. Like, I don't know, everyone just, it's almost like a little bit too much for me.
It's more flamboyant.
It's very flamboyant.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But like, it's just not real. Like, I would say 80% of the people that go to that red carpet, I just feel like it's impossible to replicate that kind of look.
Well, can I explain to you why?
Please.
The music industry has personified people's musics into, as we've talked about in the past, archetypes and like caricatures. And the purpose of these artists getting dressed in the way that they do is to either lean all the way into this era or this archetype that they're portraying to either promote an album or a project or something. And or it could be the opposite, where they're switching eras and like creating a new
I get that
archetype.
That makes sense.
So of course you're not going to get people in like tuxes, because the music industry is kind of like the black sheep of entertainment in a way, where I think there's a lot more rules broken in the music industry than any other. And there's a lot more, I think the stakes are higher because it's based on modern times. It's a lot easier to get into it. Anyone can upload music. So
true.
That's why I think these people are.
I think that's a good point. For these people to actually make it to this red carpet is a huge honor in itself. So I understand that. Up first, we have Mr. Carter Gregory, who is the VP of A&R at Capitol Records.
Oh.
And for someone who's the VP of A&R, like super young, obviously.
I know.
But I love this outfit, kind of similar to what we were just talking about, the Jalen Hurts look. We'll put that up too, Lucas. I'll send that to you. I like this look. I wish they had the jacket on. There was a couple segments of he was doing interviews with the jacket on. I liked it because I love the tan, I love the fit of it all. The one thing that I would have changed, which I thought could have lent itself a little better to the suit, is the boots were not black. Like if they were brown, like I believe he's wearing like tortoiseshell glasses. I think that if he would have done like a darker brown boot, I think it would have made more sense. I love the fact that he took it off. I love the jacket off. I love the fact that he's wearing a tank top underneath. Overall, I thought this was a great look, and overall tailoring, fit, all that stuff. I like it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Etro?
Oh, I don't know who. I couldn't find who the brand was.
He has an E on his tank top, so I think it's Etro.
Okay.
If it's not, it'll show up maybe.
Yeah, we'll try and find a designer for it.
I really like this. I like that you made a callback to the Jalen Hurts look, because this is a less like finely tailored version and a more I think he's like more of himself.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm not sure if I like or I don't like, his necklace and his bracelet are those tiny little micro pearls.
Okay.
It's not the right thickness between like his skin and the collar of the tank top. I wish that it was either like a chunkier diamond necklace or to go with the black boots, maybe like a black something, a black pearl necklace.
Would it be better, like say the tank top maybe was a little like more of a scoop neck and then a tighter chain, or make a bigger chain since the tank top is more of like a crew neck around the neck? Does it? You know what I'm saying?
The first option.
Okay, yeah. You're right. I agree with that. Overall, though, good job, dude. I thought it was a great attempt or a good trial. And up next, we have Lo J, Nigerian rapper. So I've seen this suit at Neiman Marcus for the past like 3 months. It's from Burberry. I like this because it's a really thick suit, and so the material on this is just super heavy. I wish that the tailoring was just a little bit better on the pants. I think the upper, like if you just showed me the top half of this look, I thought it would be perfection, especially showing the watch where the cuff is. I think all that's great. The leg it could use a bunch of work. Same thing with him. I think if you went brown boots would have been better. Just a little quick tip for everyone out there. A good way to figure out what shoes to match your suit is the buttons of the suit. If they are on the darker side, go darker shoes. Lighter side, go lighter shoes. I think that just helps with the eye a little bit more. What do you think about this look?
I'm the opposite of you. I would have preferred to see the bottom half and not the top half. I like the puddling of the pants to the shoe, and I really, really, really love the shoe.
Okay. You could, because like the style of the shoe, like the square toe.
Mhm.
Okay, I gotcha. We will agree to disagree then. Okay, this dude. So I've tried. So I haven't tried, but like Riley Green on his own will sometimes wear a button-up shirt with overalls, and he's performed in it, and he kind of just lives his everyday life with it. This is Joshua Boone, an actor from Virginia. I think him being from Virginia is kind of reason why he's doing this. I love the idea of this. I wanted to show this just because this just goes to show you can do whatever you want on the red carpet, especially at the Grammys, let alone wearing overalls with a button-up shirt. I don't like the ribbon tie at all. I wish it was just like a normal tie and tucked into the overalls. But I love the attempt at this. I love seeing something like this because I think this is something that is in your closet that you can use and kind of dress it up a little bit. But overall, I love the attempt at this look. What do you think?
Agree. The thought is really cool and interesting. However, the execution I think is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
The things I would change would be to tailor the overalls just a little bit to make them a slimmer overall rather than like the classic Carhartt.
Or even just like roll them up.
Or
like
roll
have
them
fun
up.
with them a little bit.
Yeah, and then beyond that, change the shoe. A pointed toe shoe with these overalls is not the way to go.
I would have
put him in like Balenciaga oversized derbies.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Overall, yeah, I like the attempt at it. And up next, so you sent me these. We're gonna go with your two on this next one. I don't know who these people are. Initially, I thought that it was Kwang Bin, but then they only had 3 people in the group. Who are these beautiful people?
One of my favorite hardcore bands. If you don't know, folks, I love hardcore and punk music. This is Knocked Loose and Poppy. Knocked Loose is a band from, I think, Boston.
So I assume Knocked Loose is everyone dressed in black, and Poppy is the female?
Correct. They were nominated for Best Metal Performance.
Great.
This is the GQ wrote a whole article about these guys. Particularly, they focused on the lead singer who is wearing full Bodhi. He's the guy wearing the sandals.
So good.
They focused on the drummer who is wearing all Rick Owens. They said he was the.
I was gonna say that could be you.
I know,
that
dude.
could be you. Yeah.
Oh, I love what he's wearing. I think their guitarist is also wearing Bodhi.
Yeah.
And then the other guy is wearing a local LA label called Good Fight. You ever heard of it?
Oh yeah, I know that Good Fight. Caleb from Good Fight. Shout out. I used to request stuff from them, especially for Justin H. Min, out of their apartment in downtown. Now they have a really cool shop on Beverly, just outside of downtown. Yeah, shout out Good Fight.
That's dope.
Good Fight's really sick. Yeah.
I really, really liked this look, and I really appreciated GQ writing up about their looks because hardcore bands and punk bands don't necessarily they don't dress well.
No,
let's
not
be
at all.
honest.
Yeah.
They're either wearing like cargo shorts and like wife pleasers.
Oh
and
yeah. They're not thinking about the clothing ever, you know?
Not at all. So to see, I mean, it's so. In this article, the lead singer says that like we didn't start this band to get Grammy nominated. We started this band to just like have fun and make music.
Yeah.
And the fact that they went to the complete opposite side of the like style spectrum and went with Bodhi, and I'm not sure about the like identity of Good Fight, but Bodhi and Rick Owens don't blend with hardcore music. So I think this is my standout for the entire evening.
Yeah. No, I love this. Well, Good Fight lends itself to like more Japanese style suiting. So it's like on the looser side, looser silhouettes, more straight, nothing really all that slim. So I could see it. That's almost right in between the Rick Owens and the Bodhi stuff. But overall, man, this is beautiful. I thank you for showing this because, yeah, last thing you would think of for especially like a metal band is them actually caring about fashion, let alone like a beautiful bodysuit that the lead singer is wearing. It's awesome.
And I'll give you a 2-second introduction to Knocked Loose. Got it.
Probably won't play. I probably won't play it.
Oh, music
Copyright.
list? Okay.
2 seconds.
Not even 2 seconds.
I mean, it's not worth the risk.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
I'll
Oh,
hum
everyone,
it.
everyone,
can you
go
just
look.
perform it or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go check out Knocked
I'll
Loose.
do a voice recording. Yeah.
Well, this is still in, so go ahead.
Yeah. No, honestly, everyone go see Knocked Loose for real, or go listen to Knocked Loose.
Wait. Yes.
Yes, please go listen. And then we have your boy. Troye
Okay,
Sivan.
this is my honorable mention.
Okay.
I
will say the first guys that I want to show were like the bottom, like stuff that I knew I could teach people with in terms of looking at those looks. Do I think they're the best dressed people? No, but I thought they were worth talking about.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
Troye Sivan.
So Troye Sivan.
So Troye Sivan is wearing a full custom Prada look where they played with silks and meshes and sheer fabrics, and I'm sure he felt incredible. And I don't necessarily have much feedback on the fit itself. However, the one point of feedback is I would match the pants with the jacket. However,
yeah.
Wait, but are they matching? It's just the lighting?
It could be the lighting because it does look very sheer.
I think it's the lighting because the light is hitting his chest and his face, not his shoes. Anyway, I think it looks good. However, the pose is reminiscent of like Had to Do It on him and like other really classic awkward posed pictures. This is, I think, one of my new favorite pictures of all time that I'm just going to send to people randomly because the angle, the pose, the fit, everything is just so awkward.
It looks like a Project Runway.
Whoa,
piece.
Yeah, it does.
It does look like a designer
Sorry,
had...
Prada.
I know, sorry, Prada. It does look like a designer had about 3 hours to make a suit, and they put this together based off of the materials they found at Mood. Shout out Mood. Bringing the scarf
so
back.
Right.
Not to talk about Timothée Chalamet, drink because I said Timothée Chalamet, and drink because he said David. But the scarf here, overall, I have nothing to say about the suit. I just want to say the grooming on him. He looks like a doll.
Yeah.
The skincare, everything about it is on the face is beautiful. Overall, the suit is bizarre.
Shout out Troye Sivan. My friend gave you his number and you never called him.
Ooh.
So do it.
The next three are looks that kind of similar to what I did to Mr. Warren Alfie Baker, where I like the idea. I like the idea of them all. They look great. Just one thing might be a little off on them. Mr. Benson Boone over here, who thinks he's Freddie Mercury. The attempt at these. Were you gonna sing something?
I was singing the song. Sorry.
The attempt at the suit. I believe it's Dolce & Gabbana. I love the idea of it all. We're almost seeing belly button. The length of the pant is just brutal because it's almost like a high water. They just went about 2 to 4 inches too short with it. But again, the idea of the tuxedo monochromatic and all that is there. What do you think?
So I didn't look at this guy prior to this show. And now I'm thinking this should have been my sarcastic honorable mention because this looks like it was made by someone who was on Project Runway. They went to Weird Mood and they said, wait, I have 3.
Yeah,
like,
right,
why
with the
is
satin,
it? Why are there
I know.
2? That makes
Dolce is having some fun with it, especially with where the lapel is. There's satin behind the actual lapel of the jacket, and then it carries on to the other side of the jacket all the way down.
It looks
it's meant
like
to be buttoned.
glued
It's honestly
that
meant to be
on.
buttoned. Honestly, it probably would have looked better if it was buttoned a little bit.
I
And he's
see
got
what
the
you're saying
collar
because it
out.
has the button all the way on the other
Yeah.
side. Oh, interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
But you are absolutely 130% right. The length of those pants is an atrocity. It's
Yeah.
a tragedy.
Yeah. I'm sure when he put them on, his stylist or even the Dolce & Gabbana team might have been like, oh, frick, we went too short with them. Up next, we have Mr. Jack Antonoff. Why I wanted to highlight him real quick, because if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
He's always wearing a black double-breasted jacket, suit. He usually wears Doc Martens, but he's got some black derbies on, thank goodness, and just a white T-shirt. He's a behind-the-scenes guy. He's not super flashy. He's probably part of 80% of the songs that were nominated at the Grammys.
But he didn't win Best Classical Producer.
Who did?
Daniel Nigro did. Shout out Daniel
That's
Nigro.
right.
You did fantastic this year on Chapel Roan's record.
Oh, he did all her stuff. That's great. But yeah, he's always wearing this look, no frills. I fit wise, it's fine. It's a little on the oversized. This is the classic 6x1. See what the double breasted where it's buttoning on the lower, like the very lower button. Overall, love this look. I feel like that's going to be really popular, like the early 90s vibe of suiting. Just to highlight too, like he could have done a tie, like a tie with this would be beautiful. But overall, yeah, I love what Jack Antonoff does.
Nothing to say
Nothing?
here.
And then we have Mr. Phineas of Billie Eilish and Phineas. Monochromatic, all red Xenia look, all maroon Xenia look. Overall fit of this is great. This is one of those where like it's on the darker side, and with the black backdrop, it's kind of hard to see. But I love the idea of this whole thing. I wish the jacket was buttoned up a little bit. The shirt is kind of an interesting shirt. I initially thought it was just like almost not like necessarily a V-neck collar situation, but it did have buttons. It was just skewed off a little bit. The glasses are a little try hard for me, but overall, I like the idea of the monochromatic look right here. What do you think?
Again, completely agree. The only thing I would adjust is his pose.
Yeah, he has no idea what he's doing out there. Really, and also like the grooming. He has such like long hair. I feel like he could do some fun stuff with the grooming.
Put it up in a ponytail, dude.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
And the glasses on the edge of the nose a little bit.
Oh.
I am a huge Peso Pluma fan. Do you know who Peso Pluma is?
Yeah.
Okay. Regional Mexico rap. He's kind of helped bring this genre to the States a little bit. It's killer.
Yeah, what a movement. I think introducing him to American listeners has been very big for Latin music.
Mhm.
Not to say that like Bad Bunny or Shakira didn't do anything, but this is such a specific genre of music.
Yeah. And I'm always proud of this. My mom works in this kind of music world, so for us to see that this is popular, especially in LA and in the States, is really cool to see.
And he dresses like a G, dude.
G, and that's also why I want to highlight this look. Skin tight tuxedo, but he's a really tall, skinny dude, and I think if it was on the looser side, he'd look a little funny. But I love the fact that it's very like it's tight, but it's fitted and it matches throughout. So it's not like the jacket's too big and the pants are too. It all matches and it all kind of goes well. The cuff is showing on the wrist with the watch, double breasted, classic tuxedo. Love the glasses. Love everything about this look. What do you think?
Nothing to say.
Yeah.
You're literally the show, the dressing, the red carpet, the producing, everything involved with the Grammys was elevated and great this year. So
Good.
Sorry, I don't have much to debate on.
No, you're fine. I'm also like talking a lot about these looks, so my apologies for like
It's
maybe.
okay. You're the
taking up.
host.
So the last three here are like the cream of the crop right here. I'm going to start off with Mr. Bruno Mars. He had two separate looks, and the one look that he won the award in, sorry, the picture's not very good, but all black. And I think this is kind of what we're seeing now with, you know how you've seen like the tank tops underneath the suits or like the loose neck shirts underneath the black suits. I doubt he's even wearing a shirt, and he just has a fat chain. I like that accessory being different than a shirt underneath. If you're into accessories, if you're into chains or jewelry, I think this is a great touch rather than going traditional and doing a button-up shirt or tuxedo. Have some fun and do some chains.
I second that. On a daily basis, sometimes I play with a more dressed down version of that where I wear cardigans without anything underneath, and I'll wear like my black pearl or my champagne diamond necklace.
Wow.
It's I mean, it's obviously not red carpet worthy or
but
award worthy, but I really enjoy the male décolleté nowadays.
I like that.
I think maybe pretty relevant in the future,
I agree.
especially with all these guys wearing. I mean, there's been an influx of gentlemen wearing coats with no shirt. I think
Yeah.
in the last couple of years.
100%. I think everyone's just kind of getting bored of the whole traditional suit, tie, button-up shirts aspect, you know? So why not have fun with it and do what you want? Speaking of Mr. Do What You Want, pretty much swept the Grammys, Mr. Kendrick Lamar.
Can you believe it?
Proud LA native, all denim outfit right here by Margiela, jacket, jeans, even the hat, which had the LA logo on it, obviously. White t-shirt, chain showing. And what I loved most about this look, and this picture doesn't show it, but he's wearing black patent dress shoes. I love that.
Yeah.
I love the idea of dressing up something casual. I saw this and I thought it was perfect. I like the fact that it's a little on the bigger side, and he's got the wrist cuffed a little bit, no belt, and the jeans were very baggy. Overall, this was my number 1B because the next person I'm going to talk about is number 1A. But what do you think?
Not much about what he's wearing, more so just the fact that this guy won Song of the Year and Record of the Year with a diss track. On one of the craziest hip hop beefs of modern history. This is insane. And we keep forgetting that when he was walking up for Record of the Year, as he walked on stage, the line "Certified Lovable, Certified" came on, and it was like,
and
wait,
everyone
is
was
this
singing,
real?
and everyone was singing along to it too. That's what's crazy about it. While Drake is hiding out in Australia,
and getting booed off stage.
And I'm a huge Drake fan too, so it's like kind of heartbreaking to see. But I'm excited for you. You can't not be a Drake fan. You can't be in your 30s and not be a Drake fan. I'll just say that right now. 100%.
What a fucking chuggy, dude.
What do you think he's gonna do for the? I'm curious about the whole halftime show, because if you think about it, in terms of radio plays, he's not the most popular person that could be performing at this Super Bowl. So what do you think is going to happen over there?
He's a humble guy, aka sit down, be humble. He's a humble guy. It's going to be a top dog entertainment show.
So he's going to bring out a whole bunch of people.
It's going to be Doechii. It's going to be SZA. It's going to be Kendrick. It's going to be Absol, I think, who's on Top Dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a top dog show.
Okay. I like that. I think that's a good idea. And last, but certainly not least, my favorite look of the night was Bruno Mars when he performed with Lady Gaga.
They were going to say Glenn Powell.
What's funny is that you think I'm obsessed with Glenn Powell. Do I talk about him a lot?
No, he's just always like your number one choice.
Oh, wow. Did you hear that, Warren? Okay. Okay. This is perfection to me, especially with like a performance look. I would probably get rid of the cowboy hat. So what he's wearing is a Gucci look. Light brown blazer, a cream button-up shirt, and dark brown trousers, which has a whole Western flair to it. And I don't like this because it's Western. I just like it because of the colors. Dark on the bottom, cream on the shirt with the like tan jacket. I just think it all is so cohesive and it's so beautiful. And I thought this was perfection. What did you think?
The color blocking is ready for show. It's ready for TV and film. I think the cream underneath is really the standout piece because it brings everything together.
If you go starch white, it wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, it would be too stark, too
it's not say a starch. I'm sorry, a stark white, right? That's the saying, stark white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing. I agree with you. Take off the hat because his hair. I mean, we don't want two hats.
Right.
We want Lady Gaga looking the way she looks.
True.
She looks great. And then let me just see his hair.
Yeah. Agreed. But overall, I thought this was so good. And also, like, throw some glasses. He looks really good in glasses. He's always been wearing glasses a bunch. Throw some really cool aviators on or something like that with this whole look. But overall, I thought this was perfect. The chain showing. 2 looks in one night and absolutely killed it. Well done, Bruno Mars. And with this performance, I thought this was beautiful. Shout out to everyone a part of the Grammys to help raise all the money for LA and all those affected. And shout out Trevor Noah. I genuinely think that guy can host anything. He was perfect that night. Not too funny. He was funny when he needed to be, and he didn't need to say anything on certain moments, and he just let it ride. Overall, A+ from Mr. Trevor Noah. But
A fantastic show in conclusion, and boy, we skipped out on a lot of looks for this red carpet roast and review, but
well, I'm sure Jaden Smith is probably wondering like, why are people talking about me, because you just Mr. Look at Me Louie over here.
yeah. Also, your father. Yikes.
I know, and we saw Babyface, someone wore that same tuxedo 2 weeks ago, dude. Like, come on, that can't happen. But overall, great Grammy show. Award season is pretty much back. I think next week we'll have the Critics' Choice Awards that we'll break down. And do you want to give us a prediction on the Super Bowl? Go ahead and tell the people what you think is going to happen.
This is a tough one. I wish the three of us could just like sports trigger something in me, and I'm not a competitive guy.
Mhm.
So the fact that the three of us had teams like so close in the end,
It'd be really, really great if you'd stop bringing my team up, because we're out and it's just like,
psych, bitch, the Eagles are gonna fucking win this every fucking thing.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But overall, thank you for listening. Tell people where to find us at Manly Things Pod on all stuff.
That's right.
And manlythingspod.com.
That's right.
And please email us at info@manlythingspod.com.
That's right.
I did it, guys. This has been Manly Things.
Sort of.